Now, as I mentioned to you in the previous lessons, I would be also giving you all examples so that the understanding can be even more better. Now, foremost, let us talk about population. Now, say you take a country like Romania and you want to find out the reason why people in Romania are happy. So what do? You have to collect a small group. So you can't just simply go to Romania and perform a statistical study for all the people present there. Say 10 million people will be there. You cannot perform a statistical study for those 10 million people just to find out why Romanians are happy. That is first time consuming, resource consuming, and number 3, feasibility. Is it really possible? Has to be taken into account also. TRF. So what you would be doing, you want to perform a statistical study on a small set of people. Now the population is the entire set, all of the people in this nation. Example for population is all people living in Romania. This is the illustration for population, example for population. Now you want to take a sample. So what would be a sample? Sample is going to be a small number of people. So select 150 people from a certain city. Certain city name, say some name of the city, say Gablowski. Let us imagine there is a city called Gablowski. So we collect 150 people from this city or from this village. Say village is the best thing. From this village we collect 150 people. That is sample. The process of collecting, right? We are basically, this is selecting 150 people. From 150 people we are going to collect some information. We are going to collect some information. Now what that information is going to be, I'm going to come. Now this collection, we are going to be collecting some information. That is what is called as data. Now when we are actually collecting some information, we will prepare what is called as questionnaire, or we will conduct an interview. Now when we are asking questions to the people whom we have selected, the sample, we would have to know the variables. So we will have to target the question around the variables that we are taking into consideration. So next comes variables. So variables is nothing but the attribute. You can use the word attribute. It can be qualities that people possess, that the sample possesses. Okay. Now as I mentioned to you, the variables are categorized into different categories. So I already mentioned to you. First type of variable. Let me give you this. I already gave you this illustration, categorical variable. Right? I'm going to give you examples of this variable, categorical variable. Now what exactly is this categorical variable? So let me talk about this categorical variable in detail. As I mentioned to you, we are taking a sample of 150 people and we want to know the reason why they are happy. So the categorical variable would be, one of the categorical variables that I wish to target here is the blood type of these 150 people. Now it can be type A, it can be type B, it can be type AB, AB positive, AB negative, so on and so forth. Right, I hope you got that. Right, so it can be type A, type B, type AB, and so on and so forth. So that is one of the illustrations for categorical variable. So this, the next thing is, I would like to know the gender, whether they are male or female. I want to know. So this is also an illustration for categorical variables. Next, I want to know the marital status. The marital status of the people. Are they married or are they single? What is the reason? If they are married, is that the contributing factor for these people being happy, or are these people single, and is being single has got any impact, and being single and male has it got any impact? You follow me? So there are several studies that can be done. So this is the third thing. And of course, I can also include a nationality. Are all those people Romanians, or you have Russians, or people who are Serbians present in Romania, present in this particular Gabrowski village, right? So these are all some of the studies. And probably one more thing also I can include, their air color, and what is the color of the air of the people, the sample that I have taken into account, the 150 people. This is the sample that we are considering, right? 150 people. What is the air color? Is it black? Is it blackish brown? Is it brownish black? Is it gray? So many of these things can be categorized. So these are all categorical variables. So let me write that down. This is a beautiful illustration. Categorical variable. Now why am I giving you all these illustrations? Because you have to suitably decide your variable. Only if you decide your variable, you'll be able to make an analysis. Let me move on and giving illustration for the next type of variable. Example. The next is what is called as quantitative variable. Quantitative variable. So our concern is, I need to provide an explanation using descriptive statistics why people in this particular village are happy. So I have taken a sample size of 150. So that is the initial story. So now in quantitative variable, I want to study the age group of people. Now this is actually a numeric value, and this comes under quantitative variable. So what is the constituents of this 150 people? In what age group? Are they 20 years of age, or 21 years of age, or 30 years of age, or so on and so forth? So age is again, or I should say age is a very important variable, and that falls under quantitative variable, right? 20 or 40 or 60, so on and so forth. Next, I want to know the height. Now height, as I mentioned to you, it's a numeric value. So this is a quantitative variable. This is a numeric value. And similarly, weight, height and weight. So the moment you see height, or I should say height and weight, or height or weight, you should place them as a quantitative variable. Next, the income, household income. Household income. This is also a variable. We need to study why are the people happy. Are they getting more money? Are they getting more money? Is that the reason for them being happy, or are they getting less money? So these are some of the illustrations for quantitative variable. So next comes discrete variable. I mentioned to you about discrete variable. Discrete variable, and so we know the study why 150 people are very happy in this village, and I want to know the number of people employed, number of people having a job, employed. This is a discrete variable. And do they have cars? Number of cars that these people own, number of cars and household owns. I want to know whether they own a car, one car, two cars, three cars, or no cars. Or number of pets. Do they have pets in the family? Number of pets in the family. Pets are very important. And do these people have siblings? So number of siblings, because are they part of a large family? So this is a discrete variable illustration. There is a nice illustration for discrete variable. So next is continuous variable. For example, I just mentioned your quantitative variable, right? Now when I talk about quantitative variable, the quantitative variable are divided further into discrete and continuous. So when we talk about continuous variable, I can easily put height, weight into the group, and I can also put in one more study. I can also find the time spent in exercising, time spent in working out, right? That can also, in working out, that can also be categorized as a continuous variable. These are all some illustrations for our study. I have given you some beautiful illustrations, and these illustrations will help you understand the importance of the population, the sample size, the meaning of data, the meaning of the variable, the different types of variable that we came across, the categorical variable, quantitative variable, discrete variable, continuous variable, and the illustrations that we can actually utilize in real life scenario. In this case, I took the illustration of studying the happiness related to 150 people. So I will continue on with these illustrations so that I will exhaust all the terminologies that I have given at the start of the class. Thank you, students.